Hey there YouTube, CJ coming back at you with another video, and this time we got the Southwire M550 cable tester. So if you've ever ran a cable or bought a cable, whether it be coax or internet, RJ45 internet ethernet cable, you might have bent it, crinked it, jammed it, shoved it, whatever, and then thought, well, maybe that cable's bad, or it just something stops working all of a sudden for whatever reason, and you want to make sure that the cable's good, or maybe a dog chewed on it, cat chewed on it, who knows what happened. But you need to test a cable. So how do you check and make sure a cable is good? For years and years and years, I would just keep swapping out cables. If I had different ones, I'd be like, okay, well, it couldn't possibly be all these cables bad. It must be the other thing. But I bought this a while ago, and it's literally saved me mountains and mountains of headaches. So even for just around the house, this is a great tool to have. Basically, it's super simple. So you have there's a test button there, and if my jerk of a camera will focus on it, come on, camera. There we go. You can see on the left side there it says 1 and 2 / coax 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and an S. On the right side it shows low bat, short, miswire, reversal, and split. On the top we have an F connector and RJ45, and there's an RJ45 on the bottom. So the way this works is there's a button here. You can just pull the bottom RJ45 off, right? And then depending on what you're testing, if you're testing coax, how does this work again? If you're testing coax, you take, you take the, like if this is the coax wire I wanted to test, I would plug this onto here. And then on the other end of the cable, you just plug this RJ45 into this end. And then take the other end of your cable and screw it onto here. Well, these are push-on connectors, but so I'm basically wanting to test this cable, and now when I hit the test button, it says, the green light lights up and says it's good. So that's how you would test a coax cable. Now if you're testing like an Ethernet or RJ45 connector, I'm just going to take all this stuff off. So let's say we wanted to make sure that this cable was good. I'm basically just going to plug it in here, plug it into the other end, and hit the button, boop, and it's going to check it all, and boom, I have all 4 lights saying they're good. And this also checks to make sure that you didn't crisscross the wires, didn't miswire the plug. So if you have run your own cables, like I did in our house, ran Cat 6, you want to make sure you have the jacks wired correctly, and that when you crimp the new RJ45 ends on, that they're crimped correctly. You can use this tool to check all that stuff. The only thing I would recommend is that you check your test cables. So in other words, like when I ran the cable from this room to the main room where all the networking is, and I wanted to check that cable, I had to test this cable to make sure it was good, and then test this cable to make sure it was good before I could test the cable in between to make sure it was all wired correctly. So in that scenario, I would have this plugged into here, and then I would plug this end into my wall jack in this room, and then I would go all the way in the other room, and I would take this and plug that into the other jack at the other end, and that way I'm testing what's connected between these, and I can make sure that they're correct. Same thing for coax, you would do it the same way. So this is just a godsend of a tool. It's so simple and easy to use that I highly recommend this. Even if you haven't run your own cables, maybe you're buying a house that already has cable and stuff in there, you can pull this sucker out and make sure that the cables are all good. Or even cables you buy off the shelf, believe it or not, sometimes they can be bad. So you can test the cable here before you take it back to the store to make sure it is in fact not working. So anyway, short, quick little video, tech tool. Southwire M550 wire or cable tester, wire tester, I don't know. Takes two AAA batteries. So super simple to use. Very, very handy to have around the house. If you like this video, give it the old thumbs up. If you thought it was complete shit, you can hit the dislike button. Make sure you subscribe and hit the bell notification icon. Join me over on Twitter where I post stuff, randomly during the week and announce videos and stuff like that. And yeah, until next time, I'll see you guys later.